Today I am going to discuss about speciation. So first question is what is speciation? The formation of new and distinct species in the course of evolution, or we can say reproductively isolated from other such group. Okay. Let's example this is original population, and due to any kind of reason some species choose one path and other species choose another path, and they are reproductively isolated, and they will not do interbreeding with each other. Next, type of speciation. So there are four type of speciation. One is allopatric, second peripatric, third parapatric, and fourth sympatric. So first, allopatric speciation. What is allopatric speciation? When biological population become geographically isolated from each other to an extent that prevent or interfere with the gene flow, or geographical barrier like mountain or river. Okay. And each species develop differently based on their demands of their unique habitat or the genetic characteristics of the group that are passed on to offspring. Example, this is original population, and due to geographical barrier two species are being separated from one another, and each species evolved differently, and then evolution of reproductive isolation, and finally new distinct species appear. Next, peripatric speciation. What is peripatric speciation? When a small group separate from a large group to form a new species, this is called peripatric speciation. And the main difference between allopatric and peripatric is that in peripatric speciation, one group is smaller than the other. And peripatric speciation is an example of founder effect. And with the founder effect, we know that small group of individual migrating to new areas. So we can say peripatric speciation is an example of founder effect. Next, parapatric speciation. So what is parapatric speciation? In parapatric speciation, population are not isolated by a geographical barrier, and they are living in the same geographic area, and it occurs due to environmental inverse condition. Okay, let's an example. When mining activities take place, high amount of metal are left and absorbed into the soil. One group of plant are exposed to that metals and adapted to them, but others group of plant are not exposed to them. So due to exposure difference between the two, they evolve differently, and the two subpopulation of a species are reproductively isolated but continue to exchange genes. Next, sympatric speciation. What is sympatric speciation? The evolution of new species from one ancestral species living in the same habitat is called sympatric speciation, and polyploidy take place in feeding pattern to this speciation, and there is no geographic isolation. Example, tobacco.